Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.
John's very late. Do you think he's coming?
Well, it doesn't seem like it. He must have forgotten.
I suppose you're right. He can't have remembered.
Which school is your children in?
She is now in a private school.
Oh, it costs too much. It's more expensive than the public school.
It's idea of my husband. He is always banging the drum for better schools.
But the private school amount to better schools.
Guess what? I've got great news.
What is it?
Well, you know how I've been working at The Economist as a proofreader, right?
Yes.
Well, the editor-in-chief heard that I had experience as an editor at another magazine and asked me if I was interested in becoming an assistant editor for him.
Really? That's fantastic. Will you get a chance to do any writing?
She said that the columnist for the literary criticism column would be going on pregnancy leave soon and that I could be in charge of the column until she came back.
Wow. That's really great news. How often does the magazine come out?
It's a monthly magazine, but my column will be shared with another columnist, so my articles will be due fortnightly.
Are you looking forward to doing more editing work?
Yes, but I'm even more excited about getting my thoughts published again.
Do you have any order forms here so that I can get a subscription to the magazine?
I don't have any with me, but I think I could manage to bring a free copy home for you.
I'm really looking forward to reading your column.
Me, too. Do you want to go out to celebrate my good news?
Sure. Where would you like to go?
Perhaps we could go to the library festival that's going on at the local bookshop. That girl looks very attractive, doesn't she?
Do you think so? I don't like girls who look like that. I like girls who aren't too slim. If you like her, go and talk to her.
I'd like to, but there's her boyfriend. He's very broad-shouldered.
He's huge. He must go to the gym to have a well-built body like that.
Do you prefer tall girls or short ones?
I don't mind, but I like girls with long hair.
We have different tastes. I like girls with short hair. I like tall girls, probably because I'm so tall myself.
Have you ever dated a girl taller than you?
No, never. I don't think I've ever met a girl taller than me. Have you gained weight recently?
Yes, I have. Perhaps I should go to the gym, like that girl's boyfriend.
I'm getting a bit plump myself. Perhaps I'll go with you. How's your brother doing?
As a matter of fact, he hasn't been feeling too well.
I'm sorry to hear that. What's the matter?
Tell him I hope he's better soon.
I'll tell him. Thanks for asking about him. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sit down, please. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Very well too. Thank you very much. Isn't it a lovely day?
Yes, it's beautiful, but it's also very hot.
Yes.
What's the weather like in your country?
It's quite warm now.
Where do you live?
In London. Where do you live?
Here, near this school.
Mike. What's going on, man? Long time no see.
Hey, Pat, yeah. I haven't seen you in ages. How is going?
Things doing great. It's funny running into you like this. Smell well. Just last week I ran into Matt as well.
Yeah? How's he doing?
He's doing well. We went out for a couple of beers and the funniest thing happened.
Oh yeah?
Well, we were talking and catching up on what we've been doing, talking about work and family, when all of a sudden, Matt saw a mouse run under his chair and he completely lost it. He started freaking out and screaming.
Ha ha, really?
Yeah, and the funniest thing was that he jumped onto his chair and started shrieking like a girl. You had to be there. Everyone was staring and laughing. It was hilarious.
So Chris, I've heard that you're from a big family. How many people?
9 total. 7 children and my parents.
7 children? That's a lot. Why did your parents have so many?
Well, my mother came from a big family, and wanted to have one of her own. My father was an only child, and didn't really care about having a large family, but my mother talked him into it.
Geez, 7 children. That must have a lot of problems. We have 4 children in my family and my grandparents can never get our names right.
It can be hard, and there are certain sacrifices you have to make.
Like what? I assume that there's no privacy.
That's one. Another is the lack of personal property. Everything you have, from toys to clothes, is used by your brothers and sisters. Especially clothes. 3/4 of my wardrobe are hand-me-downs.
And the age gap is also annoying. There's a 10-year difference between my younger brother and me. We have nothing in common.
Same problem here. There's an 18-year gap between the oldest and youngest child in my family. The last child was born just as the oldest was going to college.
Is this a photo of your family?
Yes, it is. It was taken just before I was leaving for college.
You look so lovely.
How time flies. I'll not see 20 again.
Diane Grant? I haven't seen you for ages.
Brian, how have you been?
Pretty good. Say, you've really changed.
Oh, well, I've lost some weight. And my hair is longer than before.
Well, you look great. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I got married about 3 years ago. I have 2 kids now.
That's terrific.
Who's singing in your home, Jim?
It's Ellie and her friends.
Who's Ellie?
She's my little niece. It's her birthday. They're singing, "Happy Birthday."
Oh, I see. How old is she?
She's 10.
I suppose they're playing games.
Oh, yes. Ellie was playing games all day yesterday. By the way, Alice, when's your birthday?
Today.
Today?
Yes.
Well, imagine that. How old are you?
18. Some friends are having a birthday party for me tonight. Do you want to come?
Very much. What time?
About 6.
I'll be at your house at about 5:30. Happy birthday. The boss is mad at you.
Who cares?
I have some good news for you. We've decided we'd like to send you to Shanghai on a business trip this weekend.
Oh,
Don't you think that it'd be a good thing for you to get out of the office for a couple of days?
sure.
I thought you'd be a bit more excited about this. Everything will be paid for, and I'll send my assistant with you to take care of everything for you. All you have to do is get on the train tonight.
The train? Will I be flying back then?
Oh, no, we've brought your return ticket for you. I think you'll find it comfortable.
Will the train be very crowded?
Oh no, the train hasn't been crowded at all recently. Besides, you're in first class, so you'll be fine.
When is the first meeting then?
They've scheduled the negotiation meeting for 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That should give you enough time to have a quick shower.
Where will I be staying?
We've booked you a room in the same hotel as your meetings, so you won't need to deal much with the transportation system.
That's very sensible. Would it be all right if I left early today to prepare for the trip?
That's not a problem. Have a nap if you can. You don't know how tight the schedule is for this business trip.
Hey, Karen. Look like you got some sun this weekend.
Yeah, I guess so. I spent the weekend at beach.
That's great. Where did you stay?
Some friends of my parents live out there, and they invited me there.
So, what did you do out there? I mean, besides bask in the sun, obviously.
I jogged up and down the beach and played volleyball. You know, I never realized how hard it is to run on sand. I couldn't get through a whole game before I had to sit down.
Not to mention cooler. Did you go swimming?
I wanted to, but the water is too cold, and I just waded in up to my knees.
It all sounds so relaxing. I wish I could get away to the beach like that.
It looks like you could use it. Don't tell me you spent the weekend in the library again.
How did you first meet?
My roommate invited both of us to dinner.
Was it love at first sight? Did you fall in love with her the first time you met her?
Yes. The first time I saw her, I knew we would fall in love.
Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.